Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I asked to speak to this amendment as well as the next amendment that will be coming up at the same time, sir.
Yes, please do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This first amendment that I am offering today would put some language into our budget that would demand that our emergency managers and now the new CEOs that are going to be taking over our schools actually have the ability to talk to the legislature and have oversight by the legislature. 5 years ago, as you've created the new emergency manager laws and now these new CEO laws, you, as the legislative body, have not had your appropriate oversight. I would ask that you consider that oversight. You've not asked the Oversight Committee to review any of the actions of the emergency manager or the CEO. You've not asked the Appropriations Committee to take a look at any of the actions. And my amendment would say that you would have to show us a few things if you are in the activities of managing a city or a school district. One, that you would have to show with us on a regular basis what are the finances and what are the contracts that you have set forward. Also, what are the different legal types of proceedings that you have gone forward in, so we would understand as the legislature what types of activities are happening in those local communities. I was very disappointed when I saw the City of Flint city manager and emergency manager actually tell the courts that he did not have to follow local ordinances or local laws. That was what was being said on the local level. If we were legislators that had oversight, we would have not allowed that to happen. We would have changed the laws to make sure that that did not happen. The situations that now we see happening in Flint and Detroit public schools would have had oversight with us earlier. And so this amendment would offer that oversight, and I present that as my first amendment. The second amendment is also to make sure that we have transparency over the Attorney General's office. If any of you had worked with a law firm, you know that you bill your hours based on how much work you work towards a client. Everyone bills by 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever segment they do, so you know what type of activity they are working on. While I was in general government, I asked the Attorney General staff, can you tell me how much time your staff has worked on this certain issue or another issue? And they said they could not. So why is the best practice in the business sector not being done here? I think it's because they want to hide the type of work and activity that they're doing in the Attorney General's office. We saw very clearly in the DeBoer versus Michigan case that we had to pay $2 million out to the claimants of that because of a false decision made by this Attorney General. This Attorney General has attacked mercury levels within our public utilities. Instead of fighting for better utilities and better mercury levels, he's fighting against them. And then he even fought against his own governor, who wanted to do a clean power plan implementation and try to stop that. At what point in time are we going to tell the Attorney General that he works for us, the state of Michigan, and that we should know exactly what he and his staff are doing at any given point in time? I offer you that amendment so we will know what the staff is working on any given case at any given time, and make sure that we rein in this Attorney General so he's actually working on the causes that are bettering the state of Michigan. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative. The question before the House on the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is not adopted.